our big boy Firewalker had received a well-deserved update and his overall kit has evolved from a not-so-interesting abilities to a perfect synergy. That's the thing about Nezha right now. Almost all his abilities synergies well with each other and they function smoothly to help this frame crowd control, survive and do some damage to the enemies. In this video, I will share an updated build for this frame, which focuses mainly on maximizing all the abilities of Nezha. In short, make this an all-rounder build that you can run in any type of missions you want. Let's talk about the build and this frame's survivability in general first. The Chimera update drops some goodies in the form of the new adaptation mod, which makes those frames that has damage reduction more tanky, and this frame is one of those who benefited the most from this mod. Warding Halo does absorbs 90% of all incoming damage Nezha takes and only expires when its health is depleted. Pair this with a 90% damage resistance coming from the adaptation mod and you make this frame even tanky. Since Warding Halo is not like Rhino's iron skin anymore, and it's just a pure damage reduction now, I choose to have both Umbrella Intensifier and Umbral Vitality to further increase my effective health, and as well as power strength, so that my Warding Halo can have 5.25 times absorption damage multiplier. The question now is this enough to help this frame survive high-level missions, or even endurance runs in long survival missions? The answer is definitely a big no. In the simulacrum, you might say that adaptation plus Warding Halo is overpowered, but in real mission, it's not. There are factors in real missions that the simulacrum can't imitate, such as the number of enemies, the unpredictability of enemy spawn and of course, the terrain. Hell, you can't even simulate 160 plus enemies in the simulacrum. These factors will definitely make Warding Halo with adaptation less effective in real missions. You might say, put another survivability mod on it, like quick thinking, or even health conversion, as Nezha can generate health orbs. Well, you can, but it will make this frame less effective overall. Instead of focusing your attention on survivability alone, never forget the fact that this frame is agile, and has the ability to crowd control. Instead of just going for a pure survivability build, why not go for a hybrid build like this, that can tank, crowd control and debuff enemies? It's a complete build for this frame in my honest opinion, and I definitely suggest that you try it for yourself. Now, I did not add any energy mods on this build, as I find efficiency more needed for my playstyle, but you can actually add primed flow in this slot if you find energy more important. Also, you can tinker this build. Say, if you want more range for your divine spears, then you can remove the two umbral mods, and then place the ordinary vitality, and the auger reach in this slot. And also, you can add either cunning drift or power drift on the Exilus mod slot, depending on what you need. Anyway, you really don't need to worry too much about survivability, as enemies can't do anything while they are piking a stick. Before you leave, let me give some general guidelines on using this build. Just some quick tip. Your first ability is a good source of crowd control, as it can stop enemies from moving or following you whenever you need a breathing room to either restore your energy or your health. While your second ability can give enemies an invulnerability debuff which makes your weapons and abilities deal more damage to them. This ability synergies well with your Divine Spear ability, as when enemies are pike, and then you throw your chakram on them, the chakram will generate additional projectiles, which has a chance to hit other nearby enemies. Also, your blazing chakram is a good source of mobility, as it allows you to teleport depending on where your chakram is located. And of course, your Warding Halo serves as your main source of survivability. Remember to keep it active every time. If you want to see a more in-depth guide on each abilities, I suggest that you watch mine as a review vid, which I will leave the link at the end of this video. So that's how I build this frame to be effective in all sort of missions. It's really an all-rounder build for Nezha, and I suggest that you try it out for yourself. The next video I'll be making is all about Revenant. I will be taking a second look at this frame. Well, I already had, and took him in a couple of endurance runs. And, for those who are saying that Revenant is a bad frame, well, I beg to differ. Be sure to check out my endgame Revenant build next. Before you leave, please do give this video a thumbs up if you find it informative, subscribe for more Warframe content, and you can also join our Discord server, or follow me on Twitter, if you want to have a little chat with your squad leader. I have left the links on the video description below. Thank you so much for watching. Squad leader signing off.